March is Women's History Month. March 8th is specifically International Women's Day. You can use that in your marketing. Let me give you a few examples how. First, find the influential women in your community. This is not a, how wealthy they are or how much could they bring to me if I brought them on as a client. No, this is not like a for you thing. This is a for them thing. Find the influential women in your community. And if you have a podcast, invite them on. If you have a marketing event coming up, give them a shout out at the event, invite them to it. If it's a client event, invite them to be a guest speaker. Find a way to get them involved. A really easy way to do this though, let's say you have nothing on your calendars that could fit that mold. Just give them an honest shout out on social media. An honest example that I would tell people if it were me. My mom was a stockbroker in the early 2000s. Now, finance is a male-dominated industry, especially financial services. At that time, it was even more dominated, so she was definitely a minority in her workforce. Now, we don't have to get into what she went through or any of that, but the point is, her working in finance is what helped me put a passion towards learning about it, right? It was the catalyst for growth. It was the catalyst for learning, for curiosity. And for you, in your case, as a financial advisor, I hope it's a catalyst for your success. So take the time, tell people your story. Another great way that you can show your appreciation for Women's History Month is give a shout out and a spotlight, if possible, to your female team members. If you're an advisor and you've got a couple staff members, the females on that team, let them know they're appreciated, right? Give them, maybe it's a small gift, or maybe it's the day off, or maybe it's a half the day off. Find something, but show some appreciation there. I would encourage you. Also on your social media, post about them with their consent. Post about them. If your clients, every time they come in to meet with you, they always see Sally at the front office. She's the director of first impressions. She's greeting everyone all the time. She's taking the phone calls. People know Sally. Give Sally a shout out on social media. Show your appreciation for her. Let your clients know how much she means to you. If you've got the budget for it, try to host a women's only event. Now, ideally, this is not business at all. I'm not saying go and host a seminar exclusively for women. I'm not saying that. Host an event that is geared towards what the women who you work with, your clients, what they would enjoy spending their time doing, right? Maybe you have in your female clientele, maybe it's really dominated by women who they love cooking, right? Could you invite a guest chef to come and give a cooking class exclusively to the women that you work with? Probably, yeah, you could. But that's another great example, right? There's so many more, and I'm not gonna go on and on and on about it, but look within your book of business, think about the women you work with, whether they're spouses or whether they're single women or they're widowed or they're divorced, whatever it is, what do they enjoy doing? Invite them to the event to celebrate them. No business talk. Now, maybe you have nothing planned and you're short on time and you're looking for some ideas on, well, what could I do for the women that I work with? It's really easy to throw together a virtual appreciation event. It's not easy from the marketing perspective for, prospects and creating appointments, but it can be done pretty short notice for a client appreciation. So some really good examples that I've seen in the past is a virtual cooking class. I've seen virtual wine tastings. I've seen virtual fitness classes that's specifically geared towards women, like a fitness instructor and a dietitian or nutrition hops on, talks about health and fitness for women, depending on the age that you primarily work with. The virtual events you do decide to do, whether it's 1 or 15 throughout the course of the year, I would also encourage you not to just focus on the month of March. Women traditionally are some of the greatest referral sources that you'll have. Statistically, you're more likely to get referrals from women than you are men in the financial services arena. And it's also going to help you down the line to maintain that client relationship. If it is a husband and wife combination, the husband, odds are, will die before the wife, leaving the wife with all the money and any of the estate portfolio you've been building. If she has not been engaged in the conversations and you have not involved her, there's a really high likelihood she's going to take that money and go to another advisor who does value her as much as you would have valued the man during the meeting.